We all start life as one single cell. Then that cell divides and we're 2 cells, then 4, then 8. Cells form tissues, tissues form organs, organs form us.
So how did you guys decide what style to use when animating this video?
I originally, when I was reading the script, I was thinking a lot about food.
Were you hungry?
I was hungry, probably, as I always am. But no, I was thinking about healthy food and thinking of how can I use material, can I actually materialize that cell, the cancerous cell, and the healthy cell. So decided to use grain and seeds for healthy cells, and then for the cancerous cells, actually decided to use candy. We did a little short animation before this where we were using different colored jelly beans to animate the bacteria. So I thought, we can use that. But then the jelly beans actually were a little too big to construct this cell. And so I decided to go with something smaller and find nerds. Lisa can actually tell you a little more about how she designed each cell.
Yeah, when we had a whole collection of seeds and candy nerds in front of us. So we actually ended up using buckwheat and lentils for the healthy cells, and then for the candy nerds, they were really a perfect size. We got to play with the colors and switch them around and make those cells look a little bit more alive, like they were constantly changing. So it really had a more erratic look than the seeds, which were natural colors, but that would also stay consistent throughout.
Are these actually?
Those are the actual things. So those, as you see, probably come in pink, orange, yellow, green, all these colors. So I wanted to create the image of a cancer cell as something that is bad. So we actually shot these things as they are, and they changed the hue in the computer so they appear more neon blue and toxic in a way.
And it wasn't just food, right? There were also other materials that you guys used.
Right. There was a part in the video that talked about tissue and organs, and I stayed within that same idea and thought which natural materials I can use to construct these objects. And then I think for the tissue we used something that was a lacy pattern, and then for the rest of it, it was mostly knitted yarn or crocheted yarn. So those were the materials. So you will see in the human body, because we did not really have the skills or the time to actually crochet these things, our artist Celeste actually crocheted her organs in Photoshop. So we would take these patterns from some stock that we found online, and she did step by step, and she actually made it in the shape of that organ. So those were the materials we used.